Oh, this is amazing. A former Marine gets released by Russia in exchange for a prisoner swap. Paul Whelan, the Marine veteran who's been in Russian custody since 2018 when he was sentenced to 16 years in prison. The Biden administration will have a big White House reception to honor his release. Oh, wait a minute. What's that? Oh, excuse me. Wrong prisoner. Oh, it's Brittany Griner who's coming home. And that's the reason for the big White House ceremony. It's the WNBA America-hating star who's coming home. Got it. I see. That's why Biden and Vice President Cackles and all the right people were lined up in that big fancy White House room today announcing that Brittany Griner is coming home. She's coming home. Free at last. I'm free, but not Paul Whelan. Nope. He doesn't check the right boxes. He's just a former Marine. Nobody really knows who he is. Just kind of, and Whelan's brother congratulated Brittany Griner on her release. And he said, there is no greater success than for a wrongful detainee to be freed and for them to go home. The Biden administration made the right decision to bring Ms. Griner home and to make the deal that was possible rather than waiting for one that wasn't going to happen. She will be reunited with her family. Brittany is free. And Paul? Well, Paul is still a hostage. Our family is still devastated. I can't even fathom how Paul will feel when he learns. Paul has worked so hard to survive nearly 4 years of this injustice. His statement went on to note that the Biden administration notified the Whelan family that Paul will be left behind in the exchange. It's the second time the Biden administration has left Paul behind in a prisoner exchange. The last one was in April. Do you think that they're ever going to let a former Marine come home? You think it's only going to be about a woman who has disrespected the American flag and protested the national anthem? It's hard for me to let that go. It really is, and it's my shortcoming. But isn't that intriguing that Brittany Griner, who has repeatedly, continually denounced the United States because we're such an evil, racist nation, she has disrespected the Star-Spangled Banner, she's had her anti-American protests, she's the one that we negotiate for her release? And the merchant of death, Victor Boot, now he's free. He was convicted of a conspiracy to kill Americans. But he goes home. And Paul Whelan, the Marine, you can just rot. Maybe Paul should have picked up some basketball skills before he wound up in a Russian gulag. I saw the video images of the big celebratory announcement today. There's Kamala Harris nodding earnestly like she does. That's all. She nods. She nods and she cackles. She knows how to nod approvingly. Yes, Joe. Yes, Grandpa. Brittany's coming home. And there's Joe Biden bragging about the Biden. Now, yesterday, of course, he was at some gun control vigil promising to restrict and take away Americans' right to keep and bear arms. Today, he's releasing a convicted arms dealer. I mean, it's like an episode of Veep. It's like right out of a TV show. Yesterday, no guns. Today, arms dealer, you're free, my son. Go to be with your loved ones in Russia.